So the next thing we're going to do in our maze game is to set up all the things that happen before our game loop starts. So first of all, we're going to go to our events blocks up here, and we're going to click on the when flag is clicked, and that's going to be the start of our game. Now typically you only want to have one green flag clicked block within your game, otherwise you're going to have different threads going on at the same time and it will get confusing. So we're going to just use the one when green flag clicked. And so one of the things that we need to set up is the position or the starting position of our ball. So when we start the game, we want to make sure that our ball is always at this spot. So if we end the game and our ball is over here, when we start the game we want it to move back to the start. So I'm going to drag this ball back. Now there's two different ways that you could do that. Down in the bottom right hand corner here we've got our X and Y coordinates. So if we put our mouse over the top of that, we should see that it's around that minus 223, 112 X and Y coordinates there. But the other way of doing that is if we go to motion and we've got this go to X, by default it's going to put our current position there. So if I drag that out and move my ball over here, when I start the game it's going to take me to that exact spot. So that's our starting position for our ball, and that's how we set that up. Now there might be some other things that we need to set up. So for example, if we are rotating our character, obviously we've got a round shaped ball here, but if you are rotating your character, you would need to also point in a particular direction. So you might want to use this one, and it tells you here the pointing direction. So 90 degrees is to the right, minus 90 to the left, 0 to up, and 180 to down. So if you're rotating your character in your game, you might need this. And if you're using point in direction, probably you'll need to set the rotation style as well, depending on how your character is going to rotate. So by default it's normally left and right, but there are other options there, like don't rotate or rotate all the way around, depending on what type of character you've got. Now some of the other things that you will do before your game loop is any variables that you're going to use in your game. So say for example a score, you're actually going to have to reset that score to 0 too. But you'll need to assess that depending on your own game that you're creating.